Today's horoscope from Astrocademy, Virgo January 28, 2024. Buckle up for bursting bubbles of beauty as they swirl in the skies today and tomorrow. You are set to experience some brilliant cosmic energy. This is because our great luminary, the Sun, will dance and link in a square to mighty Jupiter, our great benefic of miracles and joy. This energy creeps in today and becomes even stronger tomorrow. Capitalize on this glorious energy by making plans with your darling for something extravagant, indulgent, and wild. You are the royalty of living boldly and passionately when it comes to all matters of the heart. Embrace this vibration to manifest the greatest love story of your fantasies, hopes, and dreams. Just don't spend too much money if you can't. Believe in your creative capabilities. There might be a question of how marketable or financially stable your creative pursuits could be when Mercury in Capricorn squares Chiron in Aries. You may feel unsure about the financial opportunities that could come with your pursuits. If you need some reassurance or guidance, then you could do a few things. Talking to an accomplished creative might be worthwhile, and you could speak with a financial advisor to ease your worries. Whoever you talk to could help you feel more confident in the value of your pursuits. Just as a friendly aspect between the dwarf planet Ceres on the home and Eris on the financial front is separating, the Moon's friendly aspect to both is going to amplify the impact from this while at the same time helping to fuel your financial confidence and imagination. With Eris, the warrior princess of the cosmos still in her early weeks in direct motion in your financial sector, this is helping to fire up your motivation. The position of the heavenly bodies will make you a highly sought-out individual this week. People intuitively sense your wisdom and will knowingly or unknowingly ask that you help them with their problems. You must be aware of this so that you can keep track of your own energy level. You tend to become exhausted without realizing it. Set yourself a bedtime this week and don't fail to meet it. Limit your availability to others after dinner time so that you have time to center yourself before bed. If you have kids, consider involving them in the planning of the family budget. Children are never too young to learn about this extremely important aspect of life. By starting them early in understanding the value of a dollar, and teaching them how to put some away, and how to determine a good buy, you will give them skills they need and will use for a lifetime. If you have teens, consider showing them your own household budget and expenses. It may help them to gain insight. At some point during the Sun's month-long visit to your work sector, the Moon will pass through the opposite side of the sky, and as it moves through a nostalgic and reflective part of your chart, they will clash as a full moon. As there is rarely any planetary activity here at this time of year, this will briefly put how well you know when to keep your work hat on and when to take it off to the test at what can be a busy time of year. The difference this time is that with the Sun and Pluto still in their early days in your work sector, but things set to become a lot busier, this is early enough to take those reminders on board. With Venus, the planet of love, not only in her early days in your romantic sector but having teamed up with Mars, the planet of passion and the warrior planet of the cosmos here for the first time in 2 years, the first full moon of 2024 couldn't come with better timing. This is putting how well you know when to keep your work hat on and when to take it off to the test just as you have entered some of the most romantically charged weeks of the year. Our eyes in the sky. In the pre-dawn hours, the Leo moon opposes Mars in Taurus. This influence stimulates irritation. However, we are more likely to bottle our feelings up instead of expressing them properly. It is natural to hold a grudge now, justifying our moodiness around situations that occurred in the distant past. If we are angry, discussing to clear the air may not be the best course of action right now. Instead, release aggression through physical activities, especially those which involve working with your hands. Crafting with natural materials or assuming construction projects can help us to regain a sense of control over our immediate environment. When we feel less helpless, we will begin to calm down. We are all likely to wake up feeling intuitively sharper and maybe even more creative than usual. But there could be a heavy emotional shift when the moon conjoins Pluto, and we have to take care not to overreact to any overpowering feelings. The psychic embellishments from earlier will remain very prominent, but you have to be cautious not to let them affect you too much. Avoid having arguments centered around any jealousy you may feel. It could make someone feel unjustly guilty or intimidated. Also be very aware of any negative self-talk, because it could also lead to desperate actions you later come to regret. There could be power struggles or issues with others who want to dominate us. If you feel like someone is pushing you to make a decision you are ready to make, take a step back and reassert your boundaries. You don't have to rush through your emotions to satisfy someone else's whims. Any negative energy theta been hovering around you could hit twice as hard when the moon sextiles Neptune tonight. The energy could affect your sleep and make you feel exhausted. In the morning, the moon squares Chiron in Aries, forcing us to confront repressed anxieties. We are emotionally stoic under the Leo moon, preferring to avoid conflict by busying ourselves with duties and responsibilities. There is a battle waging here between our inner elder and our inner child. We may be attempting to emulate the style of an older person in our youth who dismissed our creativity. And now, we are acting as the same gatekeeper for our wounded psyche. The best way to navigate these energies is to begin talking to ourselves in a new way, thereby acting as our protector instead of our worst critic. Following this, the Taurus Sun trines Pluto in Capricorn, helping us to tap our magic and personify self-esteem. By firmly standing our ground and advocating for our principles, we become authority figures in our own right. Subsequently, others treat us differently, affirming that we have all that we need within ourselves to embrace our agency. Relationships with superiors, bosses, and those in institutions should be farewell at this time. People in positions of power acknowledge our tenacity and dedication to excellence, helping us to rise further on the hierarchical totem pole. Today is a messy day. A minor aspect between Mercury and Neptune this morning could make us feel emotionally drained, and your energy level could take a big hit. Jupiter joins the party, asking us to dream big while also magnifying the obstacles. The harsh aspects continue well into the afternoon as Mars forms a connection to the North Node of Destiny, creating issues around confrontation and communication. We be hungry for change, but we might run into issues as we try and convince others to go along with our ideas. The connection between Mars and Uranus tonight gives us the inspiration to mix things up a bit. This aspect can help us find innovative ways to move forward in business and status, but today's energy could make implementing new ideas a bit difficult. There is a lot of energy in the sky right now asking us to evolve, but getting there isn't so easy. Try to pace yourself today, and enter the work week aiming for new growth. Remember that transformation doesn't happen overnight. Sticking to a routine while making small adjustments can help move things in the right direction without overwhelming your psyche. Finding balance won't be easy though, so remember to breathe deeply if your tension or stress level begins to rise.